Hello and welcome to Jeff's Giant Growing Journal. Tonight I'm going to show you how I water and use a fertilizer injector to fertilize my plants as well. But before I tell you how I do all that, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell to get notified when I post a video, and also go on Facebook to subscribe to Jeff's Giant Growing Journal, and you'll get all my updates on there. To start, I have my gutter here, the downspout from my pole barn. Water comes down and goes through that black pipe into these totes. And you'll see I've got 10 of these totes. I use the totes to store stuff on top of, as you can tell. But the totes are all connected together with this 2-inch PVC. They all are connected, and actually the center one here is where my shallow well pump is. The water, I use this pump to pressurize a tank inside the pole barn. And here is that tank. The pipe on the right side is what comes from the pump. It goes down to the bottom and into the tank. The water is stored under pressure in that tank, and then comes back out the pipe on the left and goes back out the pole barn to a manifold. And here is that manifold. You can see the hose clear on the left. I use that to fill buckets to make my nutrient solution. The other one that has something hooked up to it is I've got a filter there that goes into my 4-output timer. That timer I use to water my plants. I can hook up obviously 4 outputs to that. 2 of those go to my 2 plants. One goes to my jack-o'-lanterns, and then the other I switch it out. It can go to either my tomatoes and long gourd, or I have also used it to water plants with a sprinkler to cool them down during the heat of the day. This particular timer I can set up to run 4 times a day to each zone, which works out great in July and August when it's real hot out. I can use it to sprinkle water on the plants during the heat of the day, so that they stay cool and don't stress out. You'll also notice I have a small water meter here that is there so that I know how much water I'm putting on the plants. I use time to put water on the plants, so by having that, it gives me an idea of how many gallons I'm putting on my plants. The water comes out of the timer here through this hose, and then it goes into this fertilizer injector. What that is, it's a Venturi type injector, and this clear hose, or it actually kind of looks kind of white here, but it is down here into a 5-gallon bucket. The buckets are empty right now because we've been getting rain, and so I haven't actually had to water, so I don't have any fertilizer in there. But the fertilizer solution gets sucked up through that hose back up into the injector, where it mixes with the water and then comes out this hose and goes to my drip line over here to this patch and to this patch, and then also to all of my jack-o'-lanterns. The drip line that I'm using for the jack-o'-lanterns is a little bit different. You can see all the little white tubes. Those all have emitters on there to water just the roots, where the my giant pumpkin and giant squash have drip tape to water the whole patch because of the secondary root system. A good rule of thumb as far as how much water to give them per day is approximately 10 gallons for every 100 square feet of plant. In my case, currently, I do not have 1,000 square feet of plant, but my drip tape goes beyond where I actually have plant, so therefore I'm still watering 100 gallons a day currently. That may increase. I'm not sure yet. It will all just kind of depend on the weather and how everything is growing. But there you have it. That is how I do it. I should actually have these totes painted black as well. I'm actually kind of surprised that I don't see more algae growing in them, but you can see in this one there's a lot of algae in that particular one, but not as much in this one. This does not get as much sunlight as this first one because of just the location of it. So I think that is why, but I really should paint them all black so that that prevents the algae growth. And then I could probably almost get rid of that filter if I did that. If you have any questions or comments, comment below and I'll do my best to answer them. God bless and grow big.